Every game needs a title screen, and this game does too. I had an idea, which was a long shot, and I emailed a legendary graphic artist. I don't want to say the best graphic artist on C64 because that's highly subjective, but I can definitely say one of the best. No one can argue with that. So here's what I wrote. Hi there. Well, to be honest, it feels a bit weird writing to you, but I'm kind of starstruck. You are my absolute favorite C64 graphic artist. I'll try to keep this short and sweet and get to the point. Quick introduction, blah, blah, blah. And I also code games. We, Kichi and myself, are currently working on a Green Beret clone. My dream would be if you could create the title screen for this game. If we got the first graphic on +4, our scene cred would increase 100-fold. You haven't ventured to the +4 yet, but I've seen that you've created graphics for other platforms. Well, that's my pitch or plea. Let me know if this is something you would consider. I would be happy to provide the details. Best regards, Trouble. And to my delight, I got a reply. Hi, thanks for writing me. Wonderful to read. I have a fan. I have never worked on the +4, as you say. I have seen the images made with it, and the colors are intriguing, so yes, I'm interested. But I have to see if there's a decent enough pixel editor for this graphics mode. Working with clunky editors just kills the creative flow for me, and I need it somewhat streamlined. I have to do some research, or maybe you can point me in the right direction. I guess there is a color clash like on the C64. If not, then it will be easy, as I can just use Photoshop with the correct indexed palette. Green Beret being one of my favorite games when I was young, so a clone of this game is indeed interesting. Could you perhaps send me some screenshots of the game so I can have a look? No promises I will do it yet, but with some more info and answers to my questions, we'll see what's possible. Looking forward to hearing from you again. And there were a few more email exchanges after this, where we discussed details of the task, and the simple question, what is your game called, came up. So, Kichi and I have been discussing this quite a bit, and we had ideas like Grim Beret, Grey Beret, even Pink Beret, but none of those sound very good, and they also imply that this game is a copy or an imitation of the C64 version. I wasn't going to call it Russian Attack either, obviously. I even tossed out crazy ideas like Bökös Józsi újra száguld. Eventually, we agreed on a title, which is unique, and therefore, it helps the game stand on its own merits. This would also allow us to make a few cassettes of this game, if it comes to that, and we should not run into any copyright trouble. Time for the title screen and game title reveal. And here it is. This is the first pencil sketch. I absolutely love everything about the picture. He's got a bazooka, he's got a knife, no gun. I didn't reveal the name of the artist on purpose, and just for fun, if you like, you can try to guess it from the art style. What else is there left to do? Move the stage code and data to a separate file, obviously so that other stages can be loaded. Add the loader code. Again, I think it was obvious that this game will have to be a multi-loader. One stage barely fits into the memory. I will be reusing most of the loader code from that sector. Integrate the cutscene and the end sequence. Now Kichi has already drew these, and I can show them off. Here's the cutscene, which will show during loading. And here's the end sequence, which is also the start sequence. The tricky part here will be that all of the graphics of these two will have to fit into the same character set that is used during the game in the status bar. Then add stages 2 to 4, add joystick controls, add the title screen with music, playtesting and balancing. I believe that's everything, and I also believe that none of this will be particularly challenging. They just need to be done. This is the final episode of this DevBlog. What a trip this has been. It's interesting to look at where I started and where I ended up. I'm not sure when I knew that this thing will actually be a game. I made the prototype out of curiosity, and they just kept adding one little thing after the other. I hope that you enjoyed listening to this, found something interesting. I hope that I inspired you to make your own game. At the very least, I hope you will try the game once it's released and play it for a while and have fun with it. So when is it going to be released? I don't know. The only answers I can give is when it's done or soon. But from now on, radio silence until release date. And with that, Chubbo out.